Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Designer Secrets, Tips, Tricks, and Hacks. My name is Lori and welcome to episode 24, which I am excited that I've done all these episodes helping you all out. Hopefully you've gotten a chance to watch a lot of them. But today we are going to talk about how to really simply make over some of your bigger upholstered pieces that you don't necessarily want to spend the money to replace. And with these easy little tips, you are going to be able to really freshen up a room, make it look completely different. So let's get started. So this may seem like a no-brainer, but the first thing you can do is change out your throw pillows and add some throw blankets. And as you can see, there are different ways to approach these ideas, and they can really have some impact, but let me explain to you why and how to do it. So if you look at the top left photo, you'll see some plain white chairs. However, if you get a really interesting throw, it doesn't necessarily have to be a color. If it has an intricate pattern and some fringe on it, great. But they've tucked it in the back, folded it nicely, and it drapes down the back of this chair because it's an exposed back. It creates a really cool design element that literally will take you 1 minute to do. If you look at the picture below with, again, beige chairs, they've got some bold orange throws, again, folded nicely, placed across the back, across the seat, and then put a throw pillow on top of it. So if you can picture those chairs without that orange throw on them, they'd be kind of boring. So again, super simple, 1 minute of your time to add this and really get some dramatic impact. On the center photo up top, maybe you have pets or children and your sofa doesn't look great, or you just want to protect it. This is simply either a throw or maybe even a piece of fabric. I can't tell, but it's got a really cool, fun pattern. You tuck it in. It doesn't have to be a complete slip cover. It just kind of covers the seat. Throw some matching pillows on there, and that's probably super cheap. I mean, maybe you already have these things. You never know. But look at the impact that it makes on that dark brown sofa. The picture below it, I believe, is just a chair that actually already has the stripe on it. However, I have done this on other wingback chairs that are neutral. You get a solid color throw, drape it again across the back, down the front, and across the seat, and you can tuck it under if you'd like. But it adds impact, and it's pretty and interesting. So easy, quick way to update something like that. Top right, you have two throws. However, they're only draped across the seat and down to the floor, but it's neat because you have two of them, which you don't see a lot, matching pillows on top and a little lumbar pillow in front of that. So it looks like a statement. It doesn't look like you just forgot to clean up your blanket after you've been laying there watching TV. It's definitely a design element and simple and easy to do. And the bottom right photo, again, you've got the throw on one end draped over the back and across the seat and down. And the reason this works is because you'll see that they balanced it with the buffalo plaid pillow on the other side that picks up the plaid on that throw. So even though it's asymmetrical, it still works and balances. On the next slide here, you'll see there are some different ways you can approach throw pillows. So on the top left, you have a very neutral space with a very light sofa. The best way to do that is to go bold, pick out some really bold colors, a solid, a floral, and a stripe. You can never go wrong. You'll see that these look like they're down pillows because they are a little more pliable. And again, I know the pillow chop is very controversial. These people chose to do it, and I think it looks good. So don't be afraid. They're only pillows. You see some crazy fun colors that you like, try them out. Worst case scenario, you can return them to the store as long as the store has a good return policy. Check that out before you buy. Let's see, the picture on the bottom left corner is neat because it mixes some pattern with a lot of texture. So you have the patterned lumbar pillow on the right with the oranges and the blues, a pillow behind it that has kind of a subtle pattern that's got that orange tone in it. And then as you can see, you've got the kind of the shag pillow next to that, a solid, and so on. You can see my point here. But another reason why this works is if you look at the terracotta pots and the color of the wood in the side table, it really is pulling in that warm orange or terracotta feel and balances the room that way. In the center is a very modern look, and you can see it's got a really sleek, low modern dark gray sofa. Not a lot going on in the room besides grays and whites, it appears. So again, get those bold color pops, layer them in. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, and they repeat. And they're very nicely stacked across each other. So of course, you know, when you sit down, you're going to have to move all those. But in the meantime, when people walk in, it's a big statement piece and is something you're not going to see in everybody's home. So I think it looks really cool if you like that modern look. On the top right, again, you have a mix of textures with upholstered pillows and leather. You have different patterns on all of them. There's literally not one pillow that matches another one, but they coordinate because the patterns don't compete with each other. So if you have a bigger scale pattern, that's great. Put a smaller scale pattern, like the ones on the left, in a solid behind it. On the other side, you have a solid with the leather pillow, and again, it picks up that kind of camel color in the pillow across from it in that other grouping. And the navy pillow with the pattern on it picks up the navy color in the patterned pillow on the other side, and so on and so forth. So just because you have one piece of furniture, it doesn't mean that you have to have all the same pillows on it. So get creative and mix and match. See how that looks. And in the bottom right photo, again, it's a very beige room, not a lot of color. So maybe you go in and you have no idea where to start because there's no other colors in the room to pick up from. But the coffee table and the side chair there that have kind of those light, warm, like a yellowy brown tone in them. So these people put in some subdued yellow throw pillows so that you're picking up those tones from the wood that is surrounding it, which is a great idea. They've got a little bit of a light blue that also has some of the yellow tone in it that makes it coordinate with the yellow pillows. So again, just experiment with color, really take a look around your room, and even if it looks neutral at first glance, there will be some color tones that you can pull. And the third and final tip is you can paint your furniture. I've talked about this in other episodes, but you can paint upholstery and you can see what a huge difference that this can make. You can take a consignment chair you find really cheap, or garage sale finds, or grandma's chairs that are not in style anymore, or whole sofa, as you see on the top right, and paint it. Now, I have done this and it is awesome. There is a little bit of labor involved just because you need to sand in between coats of paint. And there's tons of tutorials online. So get on there and look, because it depends on if you're going to use chalk paint, there is fabric paint, or standard latex paint that's been watered down, which is what I've used because I have tons of leftover paint from painting my house. So figured why not water some down and paint a chair and make it look new again. So you can see people are very talented, and you can get stencils, or if you're an artist, you can hand paint a design, anything you want. It's the limits your imagination. And on the bottom right picture, you'll notice that floral piece there that is adhered to the painted chair. And I read into this a little bit into the article. And this is actually another piece of fabric that they trimmed out, a piece of floral fabric trimmed out, and then they decoupaged that onto the chair fabric itself. So I think that's super cool, and that is a very high design looking piece with some pretty simple paint on the frame, on the fabric, and then add your little design elements as needed. So again, watch some tutorials online and make the decision that's best for you as far as what technique you want to use. But this will save you thousands of dollars from having to go purchase new furniture. If it's still in good shape, why not keep it? Okay, now that you have seen these easy tips, I hope that you get inspired and try some on your own pieces. And that way you can save money and not necessarily have to replace things and still get a facelift or an overall new look. So if you do try one, please post it. I'd love to see it. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.